on paper, an explosive batting lineup. You'd look at that, fans are in, packed in, trying to find a different team to support, even though you live in the city, but you've got so many favourites in that Bangalore side, and suddenly you find that at the halfway point, maybe not quite where they'd like to have been, particularly in terms of the number of wickets lost. Maybe 82 for one, you take it with the platform to launch, but with 4 down, and those 4 include du Plessis and Kohli, you are in a spot of bother. Then Maxwell still there, looking very efficient indeed, with 49 not out of 27 deliveries, taken the attack in particular to Kuldeep Yadav, who was outstanding, just a couple of nights ago across at the Brabant Stadium. Here I am with Pommie Mbangwa on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Pommie, it's not the worst number of runs at the halfway point, still plenty of potential for a big score, but the 4 wickets lost will dent 190 at the moment.
Yeah, I definitely dent 190. What did I say? 192. I think they're a long way from there. And in order to get there, they need a Maxwell special. Not that he's not already playing one. He's playing pretty well. It's not taken him long to. In fact, he's got more than half of their run. So he's doing a decent job. He just needs somebody to stay with him. 49 from 27 balls, I think is going all right. But as you see then, absolutely nobody going with him in terms of rate of scoring, in terms of weight of runs as well. So somebody to just stay and allow him to go to work in the form that he's in, then you just never know. If he can manipulate the strike and can get some sort of partnership, it could still be okay for the RCB.
But the problem with Maxwell is, while you say that as long as someone can stay with him, but also as long as he can stay with him, because he plays that risky brand of cricket.
Yeah, look, I'm only going according to the 27, 28 balls that he's faced right now. And the way he's done things in times past is that when it comes to the party, it's in this fashion. So he's not going to sort of see things through by nudging it here and there. He'll fight fire with fire, and he'll go all out attacking, because that's when he's at his best. And many a time you then say, oh dear, that's a reckless shot in the situation. Should he have done that? Maybe he could have waited a bit. I don't think he does. We've enough of a body of work to say, no, he's not going to do that. He's going to actually look to, if it's there, whack it out the ground. If it's not, try and get whatever he can get out of it, or try anyway to whack it out the ground. Perhaps it comes off. Perhaps they get saved by the fact that one guy goes well all the way through. I'll still say, though, somebody just needs to stay at the other end. If somebody can, then they might still be able to get to that, I don't know, 175, 180, 185 sort of score.
Well, he's got to his half century with a risk-free boundary of Shardul Thakur. Now, down that list of Delhi bowlers, Kuldeep Yadav certainly has been their wicket taker, but he's been taken apart by Maxwell. Has that dented his confidence? Will he come back again? 1 over for 23. We saw it happen in the past. 1 over for 29. I think it was Rahul Chahar, and he was given the ball the very next over to try and fix things. So, A, do you see Kuldeep Yadav bowling his full quota? And B, who's the one who can get Maxwell out?
I think having come from a game where he's gone well, I think it would be a good idea to allow Kuldeep Yadav to have a go again at some point. Ideally, if you want things to work out exactly right as the team, you want him to go at Maxwell in not too long and get get him out, and therefore all the confidence is back. But realistically, you'd say you need somebody else to get the Maxwell, and then you can bring Kuldeep back in, and he can do some damage again at the back end and put in a good performance in the final phase of the game. As it stands, despite him having gone for runs, I think you're quite happy as the Delhi Capitals. Things are kind of contained. You're just looking for who can it be who can, put in the killer blow that will kind of manage things, and that is to get Maxwell out.
But overall, Kuldeep's just been taken apart by a guy with that kind of precocious talent. But overall, Ajit Agarkar, bowling coach, and the rest of the coaching staff, they'll be pretty happy with the way the unit they've bowled in general.
Yeah, in general, I think there's something else to be said for getting yourself in a position where you could win the game, or certainly get yourself a long way to winning the game, and not being able to deliver that killer punch. So Ricky Ponting, Ajit Agarkar, all the guys who are sitting on the side will know that this position with Maxwell in is not a winning position. It's a position where they could potentially get into a winning position, and they need somebody to deliver the killer blow. So as we sit, all of us sit with bated breath thinking, okay, what's going to happen? Is it Maxwell to kind of get RCB to a score, or do they get wiped out? Because if he gets out, then those chances are diminished a great deal.
Yeah, well, it'll be lots of options for Rishabh Pant to look at. Shardul's look good, Khalil's look good, Mustafizur's look good. So lots of options for him. But remember, RCB also have DK the finisher. We'll see how the innings finishes as a whole, and we'll assess it at the halfway point. For now, on Cricbuzz Comm Box, that's all from Pommie and myself.